I'm here. I won't let anything happen.
Are the gods truly this petty?
This is front page material.
Hi. Yeah, I'm caring for the courier dogs. Mahia's my boss. She's mean, but Dad says she'll toughen me up. She's an educator. She says if somebody doesn't listen, shout louder. And if they still don't listen, fetch the rod.
Dringo, get back to work. And you, what do you want? This is a private yard. Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see him.
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again.
Scratch! Oh, it's good to see you, boy.
Shut up, Dringo, and get back to work. And you've been slacking as well, Scratch, my boy. This dog is property of Sword Coast Couriers. I'll take him off your hands now. I can do whatever I please. He's my dog. Now get out. This is a private yard. I'm not surprised. Gomwick always indulged him. And he's got a spark in his eye I don't like. Looks lively. Take the useless mutt if you're so inclined. I'll have nothing more to do with him.
It's not just Scratch. She's always hurting the dogs.
Shut your mouth, Dringo. Last warning. Fine. You think you can do a better job without me? Be my guest. They're a useless bunch of mongrels. You're welcome to them.
Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed. Well, we've had to change the policy. Hard to send letters by road when there's a rampaging army of fanatics bearing down on you. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they?
You sense there's more to his anxiety than a few missing letters.
one of the missing letters is my own correspondence. A personal matter, nothing serious. But you can understand if people think I can't even deliver my own letters, I'd be finished. I suppose there's no harm in you taking a look. Here's something to get you started. Bring me the letter, unopened, and you'll get the rest.
Name and rank! Quickly now! There's a war on! The army? Pah! Those great clodding dirt snufflers! I am Commander Lightfeather, leader of the finest aerial communication regiment this side of the Triumpha! State your purpose, Groundwalker! I don't have all day! Damned awful business. Fine flyers, a lot of them. Gone without a trace. Intelligence is in short supply, but we know our enemies flanked us on the west side, not one rooftop away. They're avoiding the whole area. I won't lose one more beak to the blighter. If you pass that way, beware the sign of the featherless wings. From that rooftop, none return.
If not over, then through.
Mr. Dekarios, heavens! Fancy seeing you here.
Tara! That can't be you, can it?
I suppose you won't be terribly shocked to find your old friend Tara amongst the pigeons. They've always been a personal favourite.
My, is that a ring? For us? Ugh, you shouldn't have. Enjoy yourself now, Tara. Looks like you've got yourself set up quite nicely here. She isn't my Tresim. She's my friend. And from the looks of things, it appears she's eating pigeons. Oh, right. Did you hear that, Tara? Stop it?
Well, these must be important birds indeed, Mr. Dekarios. Forgive me for feasting on their bodies and bones so very voraciously.
Oh, she's agreed. Just about.
Don't suppose you've, stumbled across those letters yet? Thank the gods! Unopened as well. Oh, what a relief. My customers will be most pleased. Here's your fee. As promised.
fretting. The steel watch will put a stop to that.
Those machines will form a circle round the opposite as soon as you didn't even fight back. Mark my words.
We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt him. We had nothing to do with his death. I swear it.
A few days in a jail cell. At least we'd have a bed. I packed bags for myself and the kids. I'm fine. You're the one who took a beating.
Please, in the name of the crying one, have mercy, said the children, and they've had nothing but scraps for days.
Ilmater's edict is to welcome all into his...
We let more outsiders in and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelnane, Father Lorcan, it's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorcan? How did that work out? Our high priest was harboring fugitives, and one of them murdered him.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmater's grace, and Father Lorcan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid. Father Lorcan instructed us to welcome everyone. That was his edict. That is Ilmater's edict.
All I'm saying is we'd be a lot better off without murderous refugees roaming the...
Enough, Bill. I'm sorry you had to witness our squabbling. Our temple is open to you. Walk well. For us to decide who deserves Ilmater's grace.
Details.
Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorcan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater. You could certainly say that. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our high priest, Father Lorcan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target. Feel free to look around the temple, but fair warning, the investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence. Charette's caress would be my best bet. That's her usual haunt after closing a case. Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start. Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really. I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year. Peacefully, mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit. I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
Take me to my cherished Shira, and thy reward shall be plenty.
crypt. This must be where Shira Clawen is buried.
Here lies Sister Shira Clawen. Date of birth unknown. Died 1491 DR.
Here it is. The tomb of the Amulet Spirit's granddaughter. Time for a family reunion.
Darling Shira, faithful to the crying god, long didst I wait, only to find thine empty flesh. Gone thou might be, alas. Oh, honored Shira, her spirit hath fled, and her body but merely a husk. Swear I did to shed this foul mania and bestow it upon Shira. She was to endure, to suffer, as was her god Ilmata's wont. Who now shall bear the madness Shah has wrought on me, so I might no longer suffer? Oh, shall it be thou? Well, if laugh I must, let our alliance end on a lark.
Red in tooth and claw. The mark of Maller on you. Time to strike.
Eternally cursed, then, my spirit be. No. Morning Lord, I call to thee, lend your forbearance. No.
I hate it had to end like this. A torturous fate by any measure.
These boots have seen everything.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery? Then leave me to my work. Only if you're quick. Now let me get back to it. Quiet. Everyone.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you. I hope. Good. We don't have a chance unless we stick together. Not while the Gondians' metal monsters are patrolling the streets. The Steel Watch, they're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it. They invented the Steel Watches, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit. Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A room powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
Wulbren, please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barkus. The adults are talking. The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes, spitting in his face. Now they'll die like the dogs they are.
That's what I've been saying. There may yet be a peaceful solution.
Fine. You want to try flapping your gums in the belly of the beast? Be my guest. But their idea of diplomacy is a steel fist shoved where the sun don't shine. So take the bomb. Just in case I'm right and you're wrong. My way's the only way. I think you're just too delicate to admit it. But I believe in second chances. When you come crawling back here, and you will, we can talk.
Silent.
So, are you with me? Ready to take down the Steel Watch? Ha! I knew you were the practical sort. That's why we get along. The foundry is in the lower city, down by the docks. Beautiful building, belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of Watchers in no time.
A rune powder bomb? Ah, what the devil has he become? The Wulbrin I know. The one who skipped rocks with me in the Underdark. He's still in there. I know it. But his hate for the Gondians has blinded him. He believes they work for the Absolute willingly. But it's not true. I'm sure of it. Something is wrong. Very wrong. Please, speak to them before you do anything. They deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces, don't you think? That's all I ask. Questions first, violence later. And only if absolutely necessary.
Why does Wise Crossing have so few lodges?
Librarian. How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can bunk with 10 other people and pray none of them have sticky fingers.
Can't keep me out. Swift as my feet can carry me. Blood in the bed.
You notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. You notice the blood's source. A body hidden under the bed. The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Murdered by my son. Oh man, that's awful. Found his secret. My sweet boy. Why? Baldur. Dwarf like me, dresses in red. Killed folk slowly. He liked it.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real room. I just want somewhere warm and safe.
Whistle. Dancing, dinner. You keep scaring your regulars off, Swan.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found? A Baal plot? You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's been unusually insistent about this one, even for her. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory? No need to wave documents at me. I'm already drowning in paperwork as it is. Constable Devella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at the Elf Song Tavern. Show her the list, and I'll stay and inform the Fist here. Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access to the lower city. Well, what are you waiting for? You've a bloody conspiracy to solve. Move!
Okay.
Well, have you found anything? To fetch her another bottle of mead, no doubt. Yes, I'm Devella, the unfortunate colleague. Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stelmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her. Gods. That's it. Proof that I was right. I'll tell you what I know. A century ago, there was a man, Saravok Anchev. He was a child of the god of murder, Baal. He ruled the Iron Throne, a dark tower hiding a darker secret. It was the front for a deadly arms-dealing network. There, Saravok amassed an army and sought to become a god. Under his stewardship, the Baal temple was revived. And with it, the Baal cult itself. Fortunately, the temple was destroyed. And to cleanse the city of Saravok's memory, the Iron Throne was torn from its foundations and cast into the Chionthar. For most, that was the end of it. But cults like that don't disappear overnight. That list you spoke of confirms I'm right. The Baal cult is back, and someone is out there, continuing Saravok's work. No idea, unfortunately. But whoever it is, they're intimately familiar with Saravok's work. The brutality of the killings is on a par with Saravok's own. But there's something more here. Something new. There's a reverence to these murders. A certain flair. It's as if they were done in worship. The precision of the cuts. The depth, the execution. The best butchers in Faerun couldn't make a cut like that. Trust me, I've asked them. I've done everything I can within the remit of my job. Any more and they'll fire me. But you're not bound by such constraints. Oh, help me out here. Help the city out. I bet if you follow the trail of these murders, you'll be able to unearth the truth of this resurgence. There are patriarchs on the murder target list. I'm oath-bound to secure them first, so I'll be heading to the upper city next. While I'm there, the other potential victims will be at risk. Could you warn them? Not from round here, are you? We're in Baldur's Gate. This is just how things work. Thank you. That's all I can ask, and more than I hoped. Once I'm done with the Patriarchs, I'll head to Basilisk Gate to have another go at convincing my superiors to put some resources into this matter. Meet me there if you've anything more to report. And good luck.
How much farther can I go?
What is that gonna do us? But it is a fine thing to walk with friends when you just wants to make sure. Oh,
Found anything interesting in today's bullshit case? Did you see Lord Zentash's latest interview with Baldur's mother?
We will be like
Speaks well of that envoy, Tash. We will? Excellent. Gods! 200 years.
Why, yes,
I've never seen
Edvard.
my reflection more.
Can I call you Edvard? Well, Edvard, I do support Lord Gortash's campaign.
Good.
For several reasons.
Once Gortash clears off the cultists, he'll still have to clean the rabble off the surface.
I applaud your taste.
He's delivered, yes.
It shall be done.
Not for fear.
Blade spared.
Swift and lethal.
Jimmy on the go.
Moving in.
What do I think of Lord Gortash's still watch? Well, I am so glad you asked, Edvard. No, a bit too familiar. Mr. Needle.
I bet Cora could bake Wolf's apple pie if I find a recipe.
I am so glad that monster was stopped.
Oh, me too, my love. Me too.
Now, where is my good hat? I wager the kids were playing dress up again.
leaks, which I realise all that good raw, but we have.
If you can't afford it,
Fresh blood spilled on stone.
wasting my time.
It reminds me of the tunnels within my home of Kalir.
I would like to visit your home one day, Lizelle. Where is Kalir?
You may know it as Stardock, an asteroid, one of the tears of Selûne. Its tunnels are home to all manner of creatures to hunt. Vicious, unrelenting. The sort of place I imagine you'd take to.
Lockpicking is attracting attention. Tread carefully.
It's no scales off my back.
Never mind the shining squares. I am more comfortable on streets like this. A peek at the true face behind the mask.
Yet another thing we have in common. We're two peas in a pod.
The gods truly this petty.
The locked door has red text on it reading, "All are awaited, all are embraced. None shall escape."
Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone. A grasping hand, an offering vile. Enter now the Dread Lord's trial.
You gaze upon murder's progeny, child.
His most ill-trusted zealots.
His faithful departed.
Prodigal servants, each returns to do his bidding eternally.
This man is known to all Baldurians, and his presence sparks dread in the pit of your stomach. Before you is Saravok Arnchev, a Baalist who almost brought Baldur's Gate to ruin a century ago. Davella was right. Not just an imitator, but Saravok himself.
This is the court of the Dread Lord's Tribunal. I am its custodian. Here come those who seek to transcend, aspirants of his most profane order, the would-be unholy assassins of Baal. But these are not aspirants. You have brought traitors of Baal into our midst. Harper Worm, the abdicating hero. Your keen sense for this city has withered in your absence. And you, man of stone, as you stood a statue, a helpless ornament, your city warped, changed, became ripe for the plucking.
Saravok, Baal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings, I see.
The history they share may be long gone, but the threat of violence between them is as fresh as newly spilled blood. Neither party will let the other walk out of here alive.
What purpose do you have in bringing these heretics to the court of Baal? Speak, or death will be your final word.
Simple. We beat him about the brow and butt until he was dead.
Saravok once fancied himself Baal's chosen, until we put him in his place. Feel no shame for forgetting him. History shall do the same.
These two have long meddled in my affairs, and my father's.
You get to my age, you have already done everything. Be my guest.
We have already smashed Saravok's soul from his body once. Boo says it is your turn.
And so, the Harper and the idiot Ranger raised their weapons against Saravok once more. Your hubris will be your undoing, as it was once mine. Only this time, you will fall, and Baal will have his offering by my hand.
By your command.
Ready for battle.
Another step forward.
Oi! Citizen! Get me out of here! here and free me. Thanks for freeing me so quickly. No idea what those Baalist Burks had planned with me, but those chains were starting to chafe.
Though I do wish you'd figured this all out before I, put the blame for Father Lorgan's murder on that poor refugee. Well, at least it's over now.
After our chat at Charessa's Caress, I thought it best to polish off the bottle I'd started. I started coming over all woozy. My joints stiffened up quicker than a brothel browser's loins. Paralyzed. My vision went black. When I woke up, I was in chains. Overall, a terrible ordeal. One deserving of a drink. I bid you good day, but it's been royally shite all round. You might not be finished. I am. It's plain to see that I'm well out of my depth here. But you gave these reprobates a proper seeing to. You clearly have what I don't. Courage, insight, heroism. The city needs you. I overheard these pigs talking. There's a Baal temple deep within the old Undercity that the cult is using. A century ago, it was destroyed by a group of heroic sorts. Let's hope history repeats itself, eh?
Mind who you call history, Hollyphant.
The wrinkled orb is correct. Boo remembers the stench of the temple steel.
Very good.
Now, let's talk and find that temple. This place is foul as piss. I'm out of here.